How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. First of all, Happy New Year to you. I hope 2017 is an excellent year for you. I hope you achieve all you want to achieve, and I hope it's very healthy. As a run through of 2016, for me it was a great year. You know, every year for me has been a great year since I started this journey 4 years ago. Tomorrow marks the fourth year. I'm starting on year 5 tomorrow, and I'm stoked about it. You know, I just so excited about the whole thing. Oh God, it's one of those things. I can't believe how far I've got with this, and you know, just what it's done and how much I've changed my life because of this, and how much, you know, I get emails every day from people who say that their lives have changed, not because of what I'm saying, maybe I'm being a little bit of a catalyst, but because of what they're doing and what they're achieving in life, you know, because they've stopped this poison. To be a small part of that is, you know, is humbling. But you know, all throughout this 4 years, my expectation going into the year is so much greater than before. Before I started this journey, I'd make New Year's resolutions, and it was always on the list to cut back on alcohol, you know, not drink as much, and because I knew at the back of my mind that drinking alcohol was causing me so many difficulties and preventing me from moving forwards into the things that I wanted to do in my life. And you know, that's it's so great not to have to do that now. I mean, that first year when I stopped, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. You know, it wasn't until I got through 2 or 3 months that I started to get a feel for this. I started to get a feel for where my life was going to go, and you know, get excited about the whole thing, the possibilities of what I could achieve, because I knew that things were starting to happen. You know, that the alcohol, that what I thought originally about the alcohol being a burden and holding me back wasn't bullshit. You know, that, you know, it wasn't something that I could hide behind, that it was actually holding me back, and that once I sort of let go of that elastic band pulling me back all the time, you know, trying to moderate, that my life just sprang forward amazingly, you know. So I approach every year now with the same sort of enthusiasm and expectation. You know, that's what life is about. I don't know who said it, but it's 10% what happens to you, and 90% of your perception and how you perceive it. And that's the way I move into every year. And it's, you know, it's not just a self-help cliche, it's a truth. You know, that once you stop doing this to yourself, not only with the alcohol, but with all the shit stuff that you put into yourself, you know, you're in control of all this, right? You're the master of your own destiny as far as that is concerned, right? What you put into your mouth goes in there because you say it goes in there, nobody else, right? Once you stop doing that, you stop putting the bad stuff in, and you start replacing that with good nutrition, good exercise, good brain food, your life will just move forwards in leaps and bounds. So that was the first thing. Is just my expectations now every year are good. I don't need to make New Year's resolutions, because the more I move into this new life, the more my plans are expanding anyway. You know, they're just I plan sort of every day. I read my plans, I look at what I want to do, and I progress every day, you know. So there's no need to go to the beginning of the new year and start afresh. I like the idea of a new fresh start. I think it's a great thing, you know. One year is closed, another year is starting, and it gives you a chance to sort of put a line there and reflect on what's happened, and sort of think about what's going to happen now in the future, you know, in the next year. Last year I did my 3,500 kilometers walking in the full year. Here's the Excel spreadsheet. As you can see, there's a lot of different fluctuations. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I did an awful lot more than I did towards the end of the year. There was times when I couldn't get out for various reasons. A lot of the times I didn't get out was just because the weather was bad, but I had a few problems with my back where I think I was extending myself far beyond what I wanted to do. I started getting into the idea that this was a race with myself to try and beat times and stuff like that, and that was the wrong attitude to have. It wasn't what I started out to do, but it started developing into that, and because of that, I just I caused myself more problems. I caused myself some problems, I should say. And one of those was a bad back, and I knocked my back out a couple of times during the year. I've always had sort of a dodgy lower back, but I think that's just got better over the years since I've taken the alcohol out and stopped some of the foods that I've been eating. That was always a big culprit with swelling. It's the same thing with arthritis and other inflammatory conditions, right? It's a lot to do with the foods that you're eating and how your body is reacting to those foods. So for next year, I'm still going to do the walking, but I'm going to bring it down to 2,500 kilometers instead of 3.5. I still think in general over the year, I'm going to approach 3,000 kilometers at least, if not do the same as what I'm doing now, because it's just a part of my life now, getting out every morning. Depending on what time of the year it is, I generally leave the house sort of just before dawn, and I like to walk and just see the dawn coming up, and I walk for 10 kilometers every morning. At the beginning of last year, I was doing 7 kilometers in the morning and 7 kilometers at night, and I did that for a while, but after a couple of months it got a bit fractured, and it felt like my day was too split up, so it was great to be able to go out in the morning and do the 10 kilometers and then leave it at that. The biggest reason I want to do 2,500 instead of 3.5 is just because I want to take a day off every week. I'm not saying I'm going to take the day off, but I want to leave it in there as an option. Whereas last year I just felt I couldn't take a day off whenever, or if I did take a day off, then I'd have to make it up during the week, which was no problem. But it sort of gets tiring after a while. I want to leave myself in that little bit of room. So that's it. I've got a lot of different things that I want to do next year, a lot of different plans that I want to put into action, and can't wait to get started. It's all good. A lot of the flow. A lot of the time I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm going to try and do that more. From a personal level, I'm starting the university course in February, and I'm stoked about it. I'm really looking forward to starting it. I've got access to their library as well, which is brilliant for alcohol mastery, for learning about the topics that I want to learn about, not only about the psychology end of this thing, but I've just been going through it and doing some test searches, and there's so many different articles and books that I can access now about addiction and behavior and self-help and all the things that I've been doing now and reading now. So that's exciting as well. I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. So listen, again, I wish you a very happy and healthy 2017, and all my best to you and your family. Until tomorrow, take care of yourself, keep the alcohol out of your mouth, stay safe, onwards and upwards. Good luck to you. Happy New Year.